You guys, I'm very excited about this field trip today. We're going to the Pomona Reptile Show, and it starts very early, so I gotta get on the road. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have anywhere to go today. Today's Wednesday, and the show starts on the weekend, so we're just gonna cut to later on. I feel bad that I lied to you. Well, that is not how you spell Pomona. You know, I worked really hard on this A right here that's supposed to be an O, so I'm not going to change it now. We're going to fix it in post. Oh no, we are not fixing it in post. We're going to let past Bob wallow in his shame. Welcome to the Green Room. I'm Bob Bledsoe. You know, I did a video several months ago, I think it was called How to Buy a Snake, and in it I had carefully detailed notes, including a section on buying a snake at a reptile show. Well, apparently I skipped that entire section, and it never made it into the video as one of the ways to buy a snake. Even Future Bob didn't notice when he was editing the video. Really? Are you sure I didn't notice? Because ever since then, past Bob has been really good at looking at his notes, and I bet he'll never spell Pomona wrong again. Well, this video makes up for that mistake because we are headed to the largest reptile show in the known universe. I'm sure that's not true, actually. But we're headed to a very large reptile show. It's going to be fantastic. I don't have an agenda. I'm not planning to buy any snakes or anything like that, but I am going to wander around and get B-roll like this. And we'll make it sort of vlog style. So let's go. Okay guys, I made it. I'm here. Let's go check out the show. Guys, look who I found. Brian Cusco.
Caught me. Right. Guilty. Red-handed.
He does not hide well at the show. Brian, I have a question for you because you are a family man and you have a million snakes. I mean, you have different types of snakes. What do you think is the best species for a family with small children?
You know, this might sound cliche, but it's not cliche. It comes from a place of fact. I mean, ball python, especially with small children, because of how calm and docile they are. I mean, we have a couple of corn snakes too, and that is the only snake that bites my oldest kid.
Really?
Yeah. And that's, you know, it's a particular snake and a particular kid, because that's also the only person in the family that gets bit by that corn snake is him. And the other ones don't seem to have that problem. But because of, I mean, think about it, like ball pythons, where they come from, right? West Africa, they are named royal pythons because when they were discovered by the West, West African royalty was wearing them as living jewelry. So their history going back of interaction with people it goes back a ways.
Right.
Probably the most interacted snake to date, you know, that we know of, going way back before people really keep them much as pets. And for that reason, they're just pretty docile by nature around people too.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I mean, and then plus, you know, you get one they do that ball python thing. You don't have to worry about it squirming out of the kid's hand a lot of time. You just hit his ball, put it in their hand, they just had a hole like this, sits there like a nice little swirled up pile of jello, and he's like, oh. I mean, not that they don't crawl around, because they do, but
right.
But if you're asking the best for a kid, that's it, small python.
Okay, so what about this? For you, if you only had to keep one snake, you only have one, what is it?
It's, oh man, making it tough on me. That, I don't think I can keep it to just one, dude. I'm gonna have to like, okay.
I mean, answer it however you want to answer.
Indigo snake with a strong request to scrub python as a secondary.
A scrub?
Yeah.
Tell me why scrub.
thought you don't care about my first.
No, I no, because I agree with you on the first.
Indigo's, yeah.
I don't have an indigo, but they're amazing.
Yeah, they're super.
And I totally understand that one.
Yeah. Scrub pythons, just like their head scales are equally as impressive, if not more impressive, than Drymarchon, which also they have some pretty impressive head scales themselves, the indigos. But they're also, I mean, the scalation, the way their face looks, like it's very aesthetic, but also just the way they act. Like they're super athletic, and the way they do this like triple S neck, like they have more curves in their neck than most other snakes I see when they reel up like that, and it's long, like the whole front third of their body just like goes up, and they're just so athletic and fun to watch crawl around. Like you put one in a tree. I mean, I almost lost one in a tree one time. It's so fast, and just like they're and they keep you guessing. So they keep you on your toes a little bit. Like you gotta think about it, you know. You know, just
they get big. I mean, they can do some damage.
They can. They have very long teeth.
Yeah.
They're probably some of the longer teeth in the python family, and they can get pretty big. Not that the ones that there may be some in the States. It's very rare, but the King Horny, the Northern Australian locality, those ones can get like retic size, like small retic size. That's a pretty big scrub python.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd want to see one of those out here.
Thanks, Brian Cusco.
You're welcome.
Kylan from Bomb Projects.
Cool. And tell me about this snake.
This is an import, so it's a Codom. A lot of people confuse it with Black Exantic or something else, but it's the darkest Codom you can get in ball python, pretty much.
So it's just one Codom?
No,
gene.
this is two copies. This is a super form.
Oh, it's a super. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a gene that you're not saying what it is.
Not
yet?
saying yet. When she's laying on eggs, then I'll release the genes.
But this is a gene. You're the only one that has the gene.
That, to my knowledge, this is the super.
Wow, look at that belly. That is crazy. And no other genes in the mix. Wow.
Just a super.
Wow.
No Mohave, no GHI, no blackhead, none of that.
Just a super of this new gene.
Import.
You guys, look at this little Sabu python. Just so tight. Oh, just biting my finger, gonna go for a finger. Cannot even get a tooth into my skin. That's how tiny they are. Dave Kaufman.
But you can't tell it's me.
No, he's mad, and you can't tell it's me.
Thing.
It could be. It doesn't have to be either one of us.
Yeah.
So you guys have found Dave, and Dave, you go around the world finding reptiles in the wild and figuring out if we're keeping them right or not. What is one reptile that really surprised you where you went, whoa, we are doing this all wrong?
Retics.
Really?
Yes, we are keeping retics in very flat, horizontal cages. Every juvenile to sub-adult retic that we were finding in Thailand was way up in the trees. So we need a vertical display, a vertical enclosure, until they outgrow that. When they're big 12, 15 footers, they're not going up in the trees as much, then they're in, but they're cramming themselves in these tiny little burrows that they barely fit into in the ground. So yeah, retics was one of those things that really surprised me.
So I would venture a guess that a super dwarf, even as an adult, is living up in trees.
But here's the thing with super dwarfs. They're living on islands that don't have trees. They're basically these coral atolls that are just popping out of the ocean.
Oh, I thought there was like mangrove trees or something.
There is. There's some bushes, there's some whatever. It's not like it's just like a flat rock out of the ocean, but there's not the huge trees like you'll find in Thailand, for instance.
Where they're way up high.
Right, so they're as arboreal as they can be on those islands for what vegetation is there.
Right. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave Kaufman.
You're very welcome.
Hey guys, I hope you don't mind if I just cut in really quick to acknowledge some of my awesome Patreon supporters. These are the people that are making this channel happen and making it grow and get better all the time. If you're interested in seeing what's happening over on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/greenroompythons and check out all the perks. Also, that Discord server that we just set up is turning out fantastic. There's a bunch of people in there already, and it's becoming a fantastic community that you don't have to spend a dime to do. You just go over to Discord and look for the Python Green Room. That link will be below, as well as the Patreon link. Anyway, thank you so much to all the supporters. I really appreciate it.
I got some false waters. Everybody's been on them. Kind of naughty, not too bad. They're fun to play with. Rear fang venomous.
Shane, what's your favorite snake to breed right now? You've got a ton of snakes.
Dry mark on. The Crebos.
And why is that?
Crebos, I just like, they're like really smart animals. They interact with you different. You can kind of see the wheels turning in their head, you know.
You guys, I'm working hard here at the Pomona Reptile Super Show.
This is one of my favorite new combos. This one's a Wookiee Cine.
Beautiful.
It has Mohave in it. It's a possible het. Don't think that has any factors, but really like the dark stuff, the tail.
That's amazing.
Just a pastel highway clown. And the only real traits of the clown are like the head and the aberrancy, but this one is just
That's awesome.
really nuts. This is a Suma pied,
Oh, the Suma Pied.
super mahogany pied. Kind of
That's
impressive.
insane. That is beautiful.
This one's pretty awesome.
Oh,
the pastel
soul
soul
sucker
sucker clown, yeah.
Come on, that's amazing.
Isn't that cool with all the, it's just so granite looking.
That's beautiful.
Hey you guys, while I'm wandering around aimlessly, let's find out what's happening in Kent's Corner. Hi, welcome to Kent's Corner, the only show that's always filmed outside of a building sometimes. I'm outside the Reptile show, and I don't even know why I came here with Bob, because I am not going in there. Alright, I'll tell you what's probably happened in there. Some of the snakes have escaped, and it's a full-on pandemonium as people scramble for their lives and run all over the place. There's probably blood everywhere. And my brother's in there probably going, well, dang it, Kent was right again. He's always right. That's why I'm not going in there. Except I went in to get a piece of pizza earlier. And that's it. I went back to get another one, but that is the only exception, and I might get a burger later, but other than that, I'm staying away. Thanks for watching Kent's Corner, the only show where the host always tries to stay alive.
I got a python. It's a girl.
Yeah? And do you know what kind of python it is?
Not really.
Oh, that you want me to tell you? That's a ball python.
A ball python.
It's a ball python. It's a really pretty one too. And what are you gonna name her?
I don't know. There's so much names.
So many names to choose from.
Yeah.
I'm Mackie.
I got a Mohave Lesser with a super lesser gene from his father. I actually had the female that I'm having problems with that you helped me, and I'm probably doing some super lesser with that female with this Mohave Lesser. So yeah.
Cool, that's awesome. And Mackie, you're on the Green Room Pythons Discord, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, how was it? Did we meet cool people and see awesome reptiles? Did I buy snakes? I wasn't supposed to buy... How many snakes did I buy? Am I out of money? Am I out of money? I went to this show with the goal of not buying a snake, and I gotta say, I would have only bought a snake if it was the perfect snake and I got a great deal on it. And I think that's all I need to say about that.